Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you have been paying attention to the crypto market, you might have noticed that in the last 24 hours, a lot of altcoins have started to make a recovery, and the reason or the driving factor behind this pump is actually XRP receiving some good news about their stablecoin. And when XRP started to pump, some of the coins which are related to it just decided to make a little recovery. And the driving factor of all this is actually Bitcoin holding above the support of 97,000. But you can see that the inflow of cash has come to a standstill when it comes to the overall crypto market, and the reason for this is the fear of Bitcoin actually losing to 96,000. If that does happen, there is a very high chance that Bitcoin can see a really strong pullback, and therefore the altcoins will go down even further. On the other end, buy the dip. Don't over leverage. Bitcoin will reach 275,000 according to this cup and handle pattern. Dogecoin price declines 10% in 24 hours, loses 60 billion market cap, falls below, and crypto analysts predict Doge could surge to $18 if things go wild. And 3 trillion asset manager Goldman says it evaluate participating in Bitcoin or Ethereum market if regulators permit. Right now there is a lot of things happening, but before we get into it, if you guys are here for the first time, you want to stay up to date with everything to do with the crypto market and especially Dogecoin, I highly recommend you scroll down and tap the red subscribe button for the latest and the greatest news so you can be first and stay up to date with everything. While you're there, slap a like on the video, just update to algorithm, push the video out to more people. More people are paying attention to what is happening in the crypto market. The user engagement goes up, more inflow of cash, and the market will keep climbing. On the other end, I do want to talk about Dogecoin. If you do not know, again, Dogecoin has made a significant lower low, which has put a lot of concerns in the Dogecoin holders market. I mean, especially if you see this pullback was not as concerning as what we have received right now. The reason for that is actually retested close to 37 cents, which is actually one of the lowest supports in the previous time. So in the past 3 to 4 weeks, this is the lowest support that Doge has ever tested. And seeing this, that it's been tested again, there is definitely a little bit of a fear, because if it does decide to break below 37,000, the next support will be at 35, and if we broke below 35, 28. Just to give you perspective so you guys have an idea in terms of what price action or what prices to pay attention to when it comes to the Dogecoin price. On the other end, there are some big things happening very soon. The inflation rate is going to be coming out, the core inflation rate, and there is going to be more inflation data releasing, and that's not very far in the next 24 hours, and that's why the market is going to be very volatile, especially if you guys do have heavy leverage trade. Be very careful and manage your risk. 12% down for the open interest when it comes to the Dogecoin, and long to the short ratio is still in favor of long, actually increasing to 76%. So there is definitely a lot of room for Dogecoin to still go up, but testing at things like 37k is definitely going to push away the new investors, as they will have a little bit of fear. On the other end, this dip. Now personally, I do not think that Bitcoin over time can just rise to 275,000. I personally think it will take a little bit extra time. When I mean extra time is like it would at least take until 4 to 5 months to see some explosive growth like that. On the other end, you can see on Twitter, RLUSD is trending and XRPL is trending. So that's the reason why I mentioned XRP and everything is making a recovery, as there are some good news towards the USD or the stable coin that XRP is trying to release, might be coming out very soon, as they're going through some big paperwork. Ripple officially receives final approval from NYDFS for the RLUSD. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So being able to get the final approval, now they will be able to get it, listed as soon as possible. So the New York State Department of Financial Services is the one that actually approved it. And the President-elect Trump says anyone investing over $1 billion in the US will receive approval and permits. Now that's a lot of money. Just so you know, there's only like 1,000 people in the world that can actually afford that much money. And that's the reason why he's saying they will receive any sort of thing they want without having to worry about how it will react in the future. Now, President-elect Trump's son Eric says cryptocurrency is the future. He sees Bitcoin will hit $1 million at one time. And if that does happen, I would be very happy to see. Can Doge bounce back to 50 cents after a major dip? I mean, right now, it's going to be very, very important to ensure that Doge does not fall under 37 cents. If it goes down to 35, from there will be a lot of skepticism around the holders and definitely going to be holding and waiting for the next dip rather than trying to push up the market more. I mean, there is always going to be a little bit of a pullback like this, which will give you sort of a buying opportunity. You can see it like that. And if we do get the buying opportunity and you don't get in at the right time, you're going to be missing out. US president is going to be very focused on the price of Bitcoin during his presidency, says Alexo's report. Now, it's very clear because as soon as Bitcoin hit 100K, the first thing Trump did was he mentioned, oh, thank you. You guys should be thankful and you are welcome for, Bitcoin hitting 100K. And Dogecoin drops 14%. Shiba is 17%. What's behind this decline? I mean, in simple terms, this decline is due to the over leverage. That's like the basic law and why all of this is happening. There's too many people who went too hard on the Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all of their prices. And when the leverage was too high, a little dip was causing a lot of people to be liquidated, and that's causing the dip to become even bigger. Social Security advocates wage early fight against cuts. Now, if the cuts are going to be a little bit less, well, that could have a huge impact. I mean, as Republicans discuss slashing earned benefits, Social Security works vow to publicly target any Democrats who join the congressional Dogecoin causes. I mean, yes, I do see what they're going for, and it is sort of unfair. I'm not going to make a comment on that, but Russia's lawmaker proposes Bitcoin reserve to mitigate geopolitical risk. I mean, you guys know what happened in Syria. That's the reason why there is too much panic when it comes to freight currency. And USD is going to be the biggest freight currency. So that's why it's always compared to Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is the way to replace the freight currency without having big problems. And huge bummer as Bitcoin or Microsoft shareholders vote against Bitcoin treasury proposal. Now, this was huge news when it came out, but this was actually definitely not something we wanted to hear, as a lot of the shareholders don't want Microsoft to put 5% of their assets inside of the Bitcoin treasury. Now, you do need to understand, like, yes, I guess they're trying to weigh out the risk, and the risk is quite high when investing in cryptocurrency, and they just don't want the same risk for Microsoft. And Bitcoin is crashing, but options market are calling for 111K by February. So maybe we will be getting the greatest reversal very soon. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you heard some sounds in the background, it's because there's construction happening around my house. Thank you. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.